People actually were mad at you, right, when you got into the conversation with T.I. at the Revolt Music Conference.
Yeah, and I am so happy to have those moments because, like, I think T.I. is a trash person. I'll say that 1,000 times over.
InfoWays 24, subscribe. Now, Candace Owens was doing an interview, and this clip doubles down on T.I. and says he's a trash person based off his political views and how he carries himself. Oh yeah? Just in case you didn't know, the two clashed against each other during the panel on Revolt Summit back in the days. This is Candace Owens addressing about it. Listen.
People actually were mad at you, right, when you got into the conversation with T.I. at the Revolt Music Conference, right, and you were saying that, and people didn't understand it, but it seems like people are understanding what you were trying to say back then.
Yeah, and I am so happy to have those moments because, like, I think T.I. is a trash person. You know, I'll say that 1,000 times over because, first and foremost, I had spoken to T.I. prior to that event. Like, T.I. was the only person on stage that I actually knew. And for the same reasons that I met you, Kanye had put us in touch. We had talked, and I know that T.I. thinks more conservatively. So he was literally putting on a show. And so it just makes me wonder, especially with all the stuff that, like, came out in the Diddy lawsuit, like, who's controlling T.I.? Because that was wild. He was literally putting on a show like he didn't know me on stage. Like, he was surprised I was saying the stuff. He was way more level-headed and rational when we were on the phone. And I still look back on the moment. I'm like, what was he doing? It was like a circus act up there. And he was doing something that I thought was harmful because we were actually having a great discussion. And yet he created a little moment, and that was all the media ran with, despite the fact we were on that stage for hours. They ran with that moment, and I was really upset about it. But you're right. I was talking a lot about illegal immigration and saying this is something that we need to pay attention to because eventually the black vote's not going to matter. Something